let's talk about something we have all struggled with: dry texting. You know, those super short, one-word replies. Are they a sign of peak efficiency, or are they just plain rude? Well, we're about to get into it.
It all boils down to this, doesn't it? A single letter. K. We've all sent it, we've all received it, and we have definitely sat there staring at our screen, wondering what it really truly means. This tiny little reply is right at the heart of this whole debate. So, just so we're all on the same page, dry texts are these short, kind of clipped replies. You know, the ones, okay, K, yep, they're everywhere in how we talk now. But just because they're common, well, that doesn't mean we all agree on what they're supposed to convey.
Okay, so let's jump into the first side of the argument, the idea that these one-word answers are actually pretty disrespectful. The thinking here is that when you don't have tone of voice or body language, every single word you type carries a whole lot more weight.
And this quote right here, it just nails it. Texting isn't just logistics, it's relationship maintenance. It's not just about getting information from point A to point B. It's about how we take care of our connections with people, our friends, our family, our coworkers, one little message at a time.
So the case against dry texting really comes down to how easily it's misinterpreted. A short reply can scream disinterest, like you're just dismissing what the other person said. With friends, it can feel so cold and isolating. And in a business setting, it can create so much anxiety. Did they even read my proposal? Without a smile or a nod, a simple K can come across as totally passive-aggressive.
But there's a completely different way to look at this, right? The other side of the coin is that dry texting isn't rude at all. It's just efficient. This is the whole case for keeping things brief. Now this quote, this one flips the script completely. In this crazy, fast-paced world we live in, maybe the most respectful thing you can do is just confirm something quickly and let the other person get on with their day. So efficiency becomes a form of respect because you're valuing their time. From this perspective, not every single message needs a parade of emojis and long, flowery sentences. A quick confirmation is all you need. It's really just a sign of how our communication is evolving. I mean, think about email. It went from "Dear Sir" or "Madam" to a simple "Got it." In the right situation, a short text is seen as clear, decisive, and totally professional.
So here it is, the two arguments side by side. On one hand, dry texts can undermine connections and erode trust. But on the other hand, they respect people's time and are just part of our evolving language. Two totally valid ways of seeing the exact same message. Wild, isn't it?
But this whole debate isn't just an abstract idea. This is where it gets really complicated. Because context is, well, it's everything. We all know a K from your best friend feels a lot different than a K from your boss after you sent a huge report. Let's play this out. Imagine a client spent hours putting together a really detailed project update. They're proud of it. They send it over to you, and they're waiting for your thoughts. And your reply? 2 letters. Okay. That's all. Can you just imagine the silence on their end? The uncertainty? The gap in perception here is just massive. You might have meant, "Yep, got it, looks good, thanks." But what did your client hear? They're thinking, did you even read it? Do you approve? Do you even care about this project? That one little okay just pumped a huge amount of stress into what should be a simple professional relationship. And oh, it gets even trickier in our personal lives. Picture this. One person is sending these thoughtful, long messages, and all they get back consistently is, "Yep," or "K." It just feels like rejection, doesn't it? The whole conversation feels totally one-sided. Good communication is often about matching the other person's energy to show that you value them.
Okay, now let's zoom way out to the global context, because this isn't just about our individual relationships. How we see these short messages is also shaped in a big way by our cultural backgrounds. This is so fascinating. In a lot of Nordic cultures, for example, being concise and direct is just the standard way to communicate. A dry text is just efficient. It's normal. But in many Latin cultures, where there's an expectation of warmth and expression in language, that exact same reply can feel incredibly cold or even dismissive. It's just a huge reminder that you always, always have to know your audience. So after looking at all of this, the arguments for, the arguments against, the huge role that context plays, where does that leave us? What's the final takeaway? Well, the truth is, there isn't one simple answer. Is a text rude or is it efficient?
It completely depends on the relationship you have with the person, the culture you're both in, and the specific context of that conversation. And I think this quote just sums it all up perfectly. Every single message we send has weight. Even the shortest little texts add up to create a bigger picture of who we are. They always leave a lasting impression.
And so that brings us to the final question, and this one's for you to think about. The next time your thumb is hovering over the send button on a quick okay or yep, just take half a second to ask yourself, what impression is this text really going to leave?